Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is BGST. We're doing a live reaction show to that Xbox E3 press conference.
I'm sorry, my bad.
I know, bro. I know, dude. Trust me, I'm there with you, dude. I'm right there with you. So anyway, we've got a really good show because we've got a couple of old school BGST members. One of them being Showstopper. Hey, Showstopper, man, what have you been up to, bro?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. Doing me. But I've been good, man. How everybody being out there?
I'm assuming everybody's good. I was surprised you were the first one in here. I put the link up, and you were in here. I was like, damn, that's Showstopper, man. That's
I was in New Orleans for a while, so I just got back now to yesterday. So
yeah, well, man, how's things going though, man? You've been playing Xbox and having a good time?
Yeah, I've been playing. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of everything, but yeah, I've been having a good time.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We also got Mooch. Mooch, what's up?
What? No, what? I'm trying to be K Mega tonight. No, E3, man. It's E3 night, man. We go all night. It doesn't matter. 24-hour goddamn show. We'll do it. Let's do it.
Let's
I don't know. Right?
I'm already setting up for Bethesda.
What time's their show?
9:30.
9:30.
So we got a little bit. It's gonna
we're good.
It's gonna be a good time, man. You know what? I'm excited.
Dude,
good time to be an Xbox gamer.
How the hell does Playground and Turn 10 every time you think that they have reached the mountaintop when it comes to racing games, they're like, nah, that's actually just the middle of the mountain. We got way more we can go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, is Horizon 4 4K 60 on Xbox?
Hold on. No, Horizon 4 has a 60 frames per second mode. So there is that.
Oh, I kind of remember saying that on the BGST chat, but
yeah, it's hard to pay like when we're all like screaming and stuff. It's hard to really, but it is. They do have it's going to be 4K 30, or I think you're going to be able to do a 1080 60. So like people are going to be able to kind of pick what they want. We're going to kind of go down some of these announcements and stuff like that, and then see kind of what everybody thought about these announcements, and then we'll give like I guess a grade. To just kind of we'll get out of here before the Bethesda stuff goes. So they kick off.
Are we doing a letter grade or a number grade?
Well, I guess we could do we could give a letter grade out of 10.
Say a letter grade out of 10?
A number. Sorry, Mooch. You're the one that's tired, right?
I was gonna say I thought I was tired. You're like a letter grade out of 10. I was like, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, hey.
He's like, allow myself to introduce myself.
Yes, it's me. So
getting high as fuck.
Well, listen, Halo Infinite was what they kicked off with. Now, what's interesting about this is it's their new engine. It looks like it could possibly be open world. They've got like animal life, which I think is something they've never done before. It's a Master Chief driven story. It looks like Locke is done. Locke is gone. R.I.P. K Mega isn't gonna like that. But Xbot, like you're the resident Halo guy. What is your take from this?
Dude, I don't think it's like Halo 6. First and foremost, like I don't know if anybody's come out and said so.
I think it takes place. Aaron Greenberg said on IGN show that they purposely didn't call it Halo 6, and they made sure that you knew it wasn't Halo 6. I think what it is it's going to be a prequel somewhere.
It takes place 2 years after Halo 5.
Really?
Oh, fuck me running.
Yeah, like
wait. So is this an in between 5 and 6?
Here's the thing. If you guys remember right, Bonnie Ross and those guys, they said that they eventually want to do it to where they aren't numbering the Halos, right? Because nobody wants to play Halo 15.
Right.
But if you give them like a name like Infinity or whatever, I think that's different. I think that this is probably a soft reboot, if I had to guess, and it's probably going to be open world. This is a next generation engine. By the way,
that's what I was just about to say. Crap.
Rand's saying it's Halo 6. It is Halo 6.
Is it Halo 6? Oh,
the thing about
Rand, Halo 6, huh?
Well, no, he's saying. I think he's saying it's in place of like you're saying. He's kind of agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So not put into place. If it's Halo 6, then I'm not that crazy excited about it. Now, granted, the open world and all that good stuff that looked great, especially when they were panning out and you saw the herds walking by, you saw the people who put down, you know, the Marines that put down that smoke, you saw the smoke in the distance, showing like just how big the world can be. But when it comes to the detail of the Spartan, it was all smoothed out, it was all shiny, but in my opinion, the armor had less little kind of like intricacies into it.
I know where Xbox coming from. Yeah.
You know, that's why I thought at first, I thought this was going to be kind of like, you know, how they've been rumoring that Battle Royale. To me, those graphics right there and that kind of like big map would cater to that Battle Royale that people were rumoring. That's why when you're saying Halo 6, I'm kind of stepping back and going, I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, myself, did we get a date? Was it 2019 or nothing?
I don't think they really said a date.
No, there's no date.
That's 2020.
Brand says 2020 in the
Let me
chat.
put Xbox worries to rest. Xbox, I agree with you. I didn't see anything graphical there that's something to write home about, but I don't think that was the premise. I think it was just
the scope was awesome.
I think it was just something to say, listen, Halo's alive and well, and it's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't read too much into it. Maybe it's more open world. Fill in the blank however you guys want.
Do you guys think if this is a continuation, so this is Halo 6, but without numbering it, do you think they are going to kind of continue the storyline with Chief and Cortana, or do you think they're just going to be like, fuck it, let's just start over?
That's where it's funny, Chris, because if you notice, he was taking the AI chip and putting it in his helmet. Now, that's how he got Cortana into his helmet. You see what I'm saying? So with what's going on with Halo 5, and Cortana's gone crazy, and she's, you know, controlling all the Forerunner stuff and everything, it's either like a new AI is going to partner with him, or it's not connected to that at all. You know what I'm saying?
It's too early to tell, and they didn't show enough.
But if it's a new AI, will Microsoft spin it into a assistant?
Yeah, for every device in your house, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's I gotta say, it's intriguing. Rand says it's 2020. Like, if you look at it, that's obviously an engine demo or whatever they tried to say. So I really think that they're just trying to show off what they can do. So this next gen engine is probably going to show off a next gen Halo game, 2020.
Crap, I gotta say, when it comes to Halo, you know me, man. I have played Halo ever since the beginning. I noticed something when 343 took over on the Halo franchise. They were really good at making a very linear game look wide open. I don't know if you ever noticed that in Halo 4 in the story. Like, you would follow corridors into a big opening, but you never really had those multiple paths like you did in the first Halo. So if in the next Halo they kind of bring back that openness that we got kind of like accustomed to in the first couple of Halos, I mean, that would be a welcome addition in the Halo community. It'd be kind of like going back and building off the original structure of the game, man.
Yeah, I understand that. I think that so it makes sense 2020 if you think about it, because they actually have Gears is going to be next year, right? So they're not going to release Gears and Halo. And I think that what we're going to see is probably a 2020 launch of this new Halo Infinity or Infinite or whatever. And that makes sense. You know, and then they kind of transitioned into Ori 2, which I thought looked interesting as well. What's your guys' thoughts? If you want to hit on Halo or Ori, go ahead.
I think Ori because I watched the stream on my TV through Mixer through the Xbox app, so I got to watch it in 4K. And Ori in 4K looked beautiful. I just never finished the first one, but man, oh man, it looked great.
Yeah, I think so too. Mooch, were you a fan of? You were the fan of the first Ori. I think you beat it. I didn't actually get around to. So
good job, Mooch.
No, yeah, man, I loved Ori. I thought Ori was great. I'm very excited for the sequel. You know, and I don't want to just keep harping on Halo, but like Halo for me was like I wanted it to be like a hot spot to talk about, and I feel like Xbox just was like, and Halo, let's talk about Ori. And it's like, and I'm like, whoa, why are we talking about Ori and everything else so long? And Halo was just kind of like, why didn't Bonnie Ross come out and say something? Like, just like, Halo Infinite is going to be the open world game that you've always wanted. It's the succession of the story that takes the Chief to where nothing. Who's doing Xbox? Why is there no Like, I don't know. I know we can all sit here and go, it was great, it was great, it was great. But like, there was a couple things that pissed me off, and I'm like, why was Halo brushed over so quick when it's their billion-dollar franchise? Like, and we're all sitting here and we're like, we got, thank God Rand was in the chat. Rand answered 2 questions that Randy, or what do you call it there? Whatever her name is there. Bonnie Ross didn't answer for 343. And it's like, when's the game coming? What's it about? And I'm like, it's like, I don't know. Xbox, I thought you would have been a little bit more pissed about it.
Yeah, y'all know something. Microsoft can't win for losing. Last year, our complaint was they at least should show CGI trailers or something that's coming.
Yeah, right.
But they didn't though.
Yeah, but they didn't. That was nothing. That was a cartoon sketch, Showstopper.
Problem because they didn't show enough. Come on, y'all.
It wasn't enough. They didn't even say anything.
Listen, if Nintendo can get away with it by showing a Metroid logo, why can't Microsoft show what they should?
What'd you say?
Instead of if Nintendo can show a Metroid logo and say it's coming and people get happy about that, like I'm pretty excited to see where Halo's going because I have no
Chris,
clue.
let me answer you. Chris, let me answer you. So Metroid, they said Metroid 4.
Excitement of just announcement. You know what I'm saying?
I think you know what it is though, because
they showed a clip of it. It was nice.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Show. It's about evolution though, Show. That's the problem. We're not back in 1999 where we're like, just show me a picture. You know what I mean? Like we're at 2018 right now. We got half of our people. Listen, we got half of our Xbox. Show. We got half. We got half.
Now your mouth, Zaire mouth, everybody.
Let me say what I said. Okay, let me answer that question for you.
Let me finish. Yeah, y'all. I gotta get
fun with this. Let
me finish. everybody in this podcast, and Tim to all of them, they should have shown CGI trailers or something. Sony did it, and they didn't do it. We're changing our stilo up now. I mean, they can't win for lose, man. I think
you ready? You ready for this? Okay, they didn't show anything new. All we saw was fucking goddamn Gears, Forza, and Halo. Nothing new. Nothing new.
Okay. Well, let me break it down. It's a new game, not a new franchise, but it's a new Halo game. So it is a new.
What's the mantra? What's the corny motherfucker name? Kids, he has a hit rap song.
Franchise. Like God of War it wasn't nothing new, but it was a new game. Everybody was excited about it.
Was it expected?
It's a new game.
Was Ghost of Tsushima expected?
Huh?
Was Ghost of Tsushima expected? Was the last? Okay, then. So I'm asking for. We said a roadmap.
Yeah, but it was Sucker Punch's new game. It was kind of expected.
I'm asking for a new game, and all I got today again was Gears of War.
Yeah, I mean, but you also got though was a good look at what the studios that are going to be making new games.
Woo!
Why didn't they show a CGI? Now, see, here's where I'm going to agree with Showstopper. Show me a CGI or just a picture saying coming soon from those people who are just starting. 343's been working since Halo 5, and there's nothing. We don't know when it's coming out. Like crap was expecting Halo 6 in November of this year. Now you're going to get Halo Infinite in 3 more years. So what I'm saying to you is,
hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Y'all are fatigued. It's a new game. You know what I'm saying?
It's a new game that should have come out next year, Showstopper. It's coming out in 3 more years.
It's not the same as the old game. We don't know much about it, but it's not the same as the old Halo 4 or Halo 5.
They changed. Halo.
Halo, you can say that.
But I know where you're coming from, Show. I really do.
I know a lot of things. We just don't know.
Show,
they gave us what we asked for.
No, they didn't. I asked for something else on the Gears, Forza, and Halo. I asked for a game to be treated to that same level.
I quote you from the last podcast.
And I did say, because I don't like Halo.
You can at least give me that.
And listen, again, I'm a huge Gears of War fan.
It's like regurgitated. Stop this trash, man.
I asked for a new game. We gonna get the biggest name. We're gonna cut the bullshit out. I asked for a new game.
But listen, this ain't the road you want to go down.
Listen, I'll let you speak in your chance, okay? We can sing together. We can talk together. I asked for a new game to be treated to the same level of a Gears Forza. I've been saying like a broken goddamn record. I'm not saying the show was bad, but when people asked to see the roadmap, and again, them acquiring studios, cool. This is what they're supposed to do. They should have been doing this shit. We wouldn't be in this position that we are in. How you say motherfuckers may be fatigued. And again, for those that like Halo, I'm not a Halo guy. Kudos to you guys. You know what I mean? But this is the biggest problem. And Microsoft, maybe they might put this own expectation themselves. This will be the best show we ever had. 5, 15, 25 game news exclusive, or whatever. Like, where the like what new exclusives? Like, I'm sitting shaking my head like this is just the end of the show. And I think Gears of War 5 was phenomenal. I love the goddamn game, but there are also people out there don't like Gears. They might fall on the Halo side. You know what I mean? But I would just be only like overall, like show me something. Like I'm not that happy that they what's the Studio Labs a goddamn indie company some fucking standard case dog shit.
Well,
I mean,
well, to be fair, State of Decay 1 was
I don't want to be fair.
I get that, Z, but you have to also remember that that both of these games have been a success for Microsoft, and now to have that studio, they're gonna, it's gonna be, who knows, they might do the MMO version, the bigger project.
That's what we just got here.
No, the MMO version is what I'm saying. Like that originally, they were making a single player. And then they were going to make like an MMO version of that, right? But the MMO version was going to be very expensive. So what we got was more or less like this kind of single player. And, for me, I think that what they gave me was exactly what I said in our pre-show, which was I expected a few exclusives that we probably the tentpole stuff. And I remember saying that. And we would get some kind of commitment to the future. So the future commitment was we've got 5 new studios, including he eased everybody's concerns about lack of single player when he mentioned that Daryl Gallagher writes story-driven games and mentions the Tomb Raider franchise specifically. Ninja Theory, in fact, does single-player games. So anybody that was thinking that Microsoft was abandoning single-player games, you got a little bit of an answer there, which that isn't true. Also, Compulsion Games, who do We Happy Few, they do these single-player narrative games. So right there, they picked up 3 studios that do single-player games. Playground Games is going to.
Hey yo, listen,
there's only one bot here, crap. There's only one bot.
Take that Xbox out your throat.
Let me slide in here real quick, crap, real quick. Listen, we asked for we even asked for Battletoads. I remember that coming out somebody's mouth in this podcast.
Yeah, and you got a poster today.
But it came out. And they gave it to it.
What Coach co-op?
So you got Couch Co-op and you got a poster.
Battletoads.
How long? Listen, they've had Battletoads in their reservoir for how many years, Showstopper? And we got a poster. We've had Crackdown 1, Crackdown 2. We can't get Crackdown 3 if I pull that shit out with a cane. I can't get nothing to come out. Nothing.
Biden did. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, we could at least got a Battletoads.
So, well, I mean, listen. Well, let me ask you guys this, okay? Because they did show Shadows Die Twice, which I thought looked phenomenal on the X, right? Like you guys would probably agree with that.
I would say Shadows Die Twice is probably in the vein of Ghost of Tsushima, right?
Crap, you got to pay the bills.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's see what we got here. Sucker Punch and Guerrilla Games came out with new IP because Killzone and Infamous were failed dead IP. 343, Turn 10, and Coalition haven't failed yet. Good point. I mean, that's a very good point. I just kind of want to also go, Fallout 76. It looks like that's a true Fallout game. Just 4 times the size of Fallout 4. I'm not a Fallout fan, so they did show Crackdown 3, the campaign,
which looked good.
It looked completely reworked.
The models of the face, like, oh my goodness, like Terry Crews, like running through the city.
But don't you guys feel like Crackdown 3 should have had more of a stage presence?
Yes.
What's the multiplayer?
Like, I feel like Microsoft doesn't believe in the title when they do that, because this is supposedly their big title.
And this is the problem I have, Chris, I want to kind of expand on that before we brush over it. This is something I've been saying for a long time, and it's a question. It's not necessarily a cause of immediate concern, but you see what's going on with Sea of Thieves. You saw what happened to Undead. You see that Crackdown 3, the way it's being handled, and take it however you want, whether you were happy or not today. And I thought Crackdown looked good. But this is the problem I have when someone's like, but Mooch, there's 5 new studios. And I want to say, is Phil going to go and watch these guys, or is Booty going to go watch these guys and make sure that they're making a AAA, quadruple A type product? Because right now, I'm concerned as an Xbox fan, because I think the people that are in leadership are like, that's okay. That's okay. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll just put it in Game Pass. Everything's fine. And that's not fine. It's not fine. Dude, you can have 8 studios.
Game Pass is the future. You saw
Xbox, stop, please. Please stop. I'm already tired. I've been podcasting too long today. Listen, I'm just telling you the truth.
Like, that's never going to happen.
Xbox,
right?
You're a Halo fan. I come to you for everything Halo. I never even question it. And you started this show with, what the hell happened in the beginning of the show today? The point of the matter is, we don't know, and you know everything about that goddamn show, game. You know what I mean? So, like, this is the leadership issue where they're not putting across. And when I say Bonnie Ross should come out and tell us, that's her job. Right now, you've got me, Crap, Rand, Zaire, Showstopper, and Xbot speculating about this Infinity game. We don't know anything about it.
Mooch. Yo, before this conference, everybody was saying, yo, just have Phil come out and say the new studios that they bought, and they blew people's minds.
No, I said say the new studios and show us CGI.
Dude, how are you gonna say? Okay. If they bought them yesterday,
they showed The Last of Us 2 years ago with Joel kicking an old peach to Ellie. It's fine. We can do it.
Well, hold on.
Developers can. Like, that's what the CGI is going to be.
Hold on. Here, I'll read you exactly what the press release is of Halo Infinite. It says it's
classic right here, baby.
It says 343 Industries officially announced that the next chapter in the epic Halo saga is in active development, Halo Infinite. Unveiled through a thrilling engine demo, Halo Infinite will be a new Halo experience centered on Master Chief to continue the current storyline. So this is, in fact, Halo 6, continuing on to that.
Right.
Speaking of the engine demo, viewers will have noticed the name Slipspace Engine, the new Slipspace Engine created by 343 specifically to power future Halo experiences, confirming that this is a next-gen title right here. It will enable the studio to deliver on the wonder and beauty of Halo universe with emergent experience for gamers of today and tomorrow. So yeah,
that clears it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically what they're saying is they're gonna stop with the numbered.
That's fine.
Halo games. So we do have that to kind of look forward to. That it's gonna be.
So we don't bring Bonnie Ross off to talk about that, but we brought the guy from Dying Light 2 on for 20 minutes. Cool.
I guess. I mean, I guess I could see it, but we also don't know. They could be doing a Gamescom as well and do a deeper reveal with these. You know what I mean? Like, that would make sense and show off
that
the
last Gamescom was horrible. That was
no, but I'm talking about a real Gamescom, not like the sit down one where you're sitting at the table or whatever. I think what they could do is what they did in 2015, I believe, like show Crackdown 3 again, but show the multiplayer this time, right? And show a little bit more of this or that. I think that's something that we could see. But overall, what did you guys think of the Crackdown, like the reworking of it? Like, I liked it. The cars driving, like the cars driving up on the wall, on the buildings, and
I think that was already in the game, man. To be honest with you, like they've had that type of stuff in at least Crackdown 2. You had the SUV that you could bounce up, point it straight upwards onto a wall, and drive up a building. So, like, I was already in on that from the beginning, man. I thought that when people said, "Oh, it looked horrible," cell shading this and graphics that, I was like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about because you don't even know what cell shading is. Then,
yeah, I mean, I thought it looked much better in my opinion. Yeah, like you could tell that they've upgraded.
Really cool.
Yeah, like the car transforms into a tank, and
that was crazy.
Yeah, and he
car driving up the building. That was sweet.
Yeah, like I think that's really cool stuff. Like, I was impressed with that. Again, so far, 3 out of the first 5 games that they talk about are exclusive with Halo Infinite, Ori 2, and Crackdown 3. I like that. Nier Automata comes to Xbox, which obviously that was a PlayStation console exclusive, and now I mean, that doesn't interest me.
I haven't played it either, but they said it was a good game. Everybody's crying for me to get it.
Yeah, I mean, try it out. Maybe try it out. I'm not really sure, but for me personally, Mooch told me that it's not really that great. So
Nier's it's a good quality game as far as the mechanics, but I mean, if you're just not a fan, that's one of those games where you play through it and you're like, what's going on? And then I actually asked, shout out to AJ. AJ writes everybody. He's a big PlayStation fan. He's in everybody's podcast, and he's like, well, I'll tell you the truth, Mooch. He's like, I enjoyed the hell out of that game, but don't ask me to get in depth as far as the actual story. So it's one of those games where you just enjoy playing through it, but you don't know what in the hell you're doing while you're playing through it. It's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's like Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, basically.
Well, a lot of people in the chat, they're just all kind of like, they don't understand. It's like, you have to understand something. So we sit here, we talk about what's going on with Xbox, and is there a bit of excitement with what's going on in the future? Absolutely. You know, and I am diehard. That's why I'm kind of a little bit frustrated because, like, I want Halo. I want a better Halo. I want a better Gears. And myself personally, Halo, what we saw, well, don't get me started. So Halo, what we saw was something we don't know. You know, you even have Xbox saying, well, the Spartan armor didn't even look that polished, and they didn't really show what it was. It's supposed to be an open world, and crap had to read like some kind of documentary statement from Microsoft Press. And then you have Gears, where Gears 5 to me looked like Gears 4 continued again.
No, that game looks so much better.
I don't know what you mean. It looked like Gears 4, but with more story, just continuing on.
Enemies to take on in Gears 5, man.
There was new weapons. Didn't you see she was swinging that? First of all, Mooch, maybe you didn't realize this, but now the story focused, you're playing to Kate, right? So she's the new main person. Yeah. So they've switched it to her. They're older. You notice that JD is older and scarred up, and this obviously takes place.
Crap, you guys are talking about so somebody's wearing a hat now, somebody's wearing a different pair of boots. Okay, what I'm saying is the game looks exactly. You said to me when we had this conversation, you're like, Mooch, you need to relax and understand that Gears 4 was made because they just acquired it, and Rod came in. Gears 5 is going to take it and expand. And I'm sorry, just because somebody got a Bayonetta in their hand, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden the game is different. I was expecting to see like a vast, like maybe just a larger world.
Watch that trailer again, man.
I'll watch it 8 more times and it'll look like Gears 4.
Like that. No, that game looks. That game looks
alone. Like I thought, like Gears 4. Even though the story, I love the story. I love playing through the story. I thought it was a little cookie cutter in terms of.
Wait till Gears 5 comes out. Me and you'll have a show. Just me and you, Xbox, and you'll be like, wow, Mooch, you're on.
Something with 3 legs come down with a Gatling gun.
I mean,
I'm like, what the hell is that?
Well, different. I mean, of course, it's going to be a different game. I understand it's not a carbon copy. You have different enemies and different weapons. I get that. But like the game just seems so the same, and it's so safe.
What would you want them to change?
Well, here's the thing, Chris. Unfortunately, I'm not
the original God of War, where it's more pulled back and more.
No, nothing drastic like that. But what I wanted to see was just a little bit more of like an overhead shot from behind, so you can actually see maybe moving off to the right, moving off to the left, having a little bit more of a separation. Like Crap says, we have these bigger, stronger machines now. Why is Gears going to be that same linear where like there's a brick wall to your left and a brick wall to your right, and if you go down straight, you're good, and if you just run into the wall, it's the game over.
Because it's not an RPG.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Gears is a pop and lock shooter. You got to have every game. Walls.
Yes, of course. But you could have like an opening to the right and an opening to the left with walls going that way and walls that you can duck behind on either side. Every game, listen, even an Uncharted game, for example, right? And I don't really think it was that big of a deal, but you remember the 1080p mud they made a big deal about in Uncharted 4 crap? So when you went in that vast open area, don't get me wrong, that wasn't revolutionary. But at least they took a game that was extremely linear and they made it only kind of linear.
I don't know.
Where I feel like Gears is just going to follow the same path again.
Mooch, what exactly do you want?
I just told you. I want to be able to actually venture off.
Everything they didn't show.
I want something different.
I just wanted something different.
I'm trying to single it in. Like, what
I am too.
exactly changes as you try? Because when we sit here and suggest, you say no and you pick at it. So I'm asking you Pacific.
Okay, so specifically ask me which game. Which game?
Gears,
and I'll give you an answer.
Gears 5.
Okay, Gears for the 3rd time. I would like it so that you could actually go and veer off to a side quest on your left or right and not just walk down a path and hide behind a brick wall and shoot 4 bad guys down the way.
But
is that clear?
All that. Listen, what I'm saying. How you get all that from something they just showed you just to show you what the new game is?
This game's coming out next year, Showstopper, next year, and they showed us
gameplay yet.
The first 10 minutes was a drama soap opera, and then it just showed them walking straight again around a corner.
People want those story-driven narratives, man.
See, you guys are going up. Are you asking me what I want, or are you just telling me what you want to hear?
No,
because that's what you're doing. I told you what I want, and then you guys are like, well, wait a minute. Can't I get a story? Who didn't say you can't get a story? I'm saying you can have as much story as you want. As a matter of fact, if you can walk left and right, you'll get more story. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like,
well, I mean, look,
off to a left-hand. It's like, so let me just use an example here. God of War. God of War, you go off to a left, you got something else to do down that way. If you go off to the right, you can go off and do something else that way. Gears has an awesome area, an awesome story, like you guys are saying, they can expand on instead of just a linear straight line.
Who said it's linear, though?
It will be. It will be. We can see that. That's what they showed.
Wow.
Well,
okay, I'm gonna leave it alone.
well, no. What I'm just saying is, it's like we don't know yet. I
we
mean,
don't really know yet. That's what I'm saying.
So wait. So I'm saying what I say, and I don't know, but you guys are saying it, and you're right, and you don't know.
Well,
so what I'm saying
I'm not
from
sure.
what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing a linear game again.
Hold on. Mooch, breathe.
Well, I'm taking on 5 guys at once. So what do you want me to do?
No.
You are not mad. Just breathe. All I'm sitting here saying, we just don't know.
Okay, so we don't know. So we might as well. So why are we? So crap. We don't know. So the rest of the show will be everything was great. End of the show.
Well, no, like here
we don't know anything.
Like,
so I talk about it.
Listen.
Just breathe, bro.
Listen. The problem is I'm a big Gears fan, and so when I saw that and the new enemies and the new weapons, and it looked totally evolved. It looked totally evolved to me. It looked like a completely, and those graphics looked. Like,
I think the fact that they gave him a melee weapon and she's swinging it and she's hitting a bunch of enemies, I think that looks pretty cool. That's something different. Granted, it's in a corridor and it may be linear, but I feel like they're going to be doing more different things. Like when she was out on in the sled on the ice and they were driving in the snow, that was different. When have you ever seen Gears of War in snow? I know that's kind of stupid to say Gears of War in snow, but I mean, it's a new area and a new thing to explore.
Yeah. Hey, we also got Rand in here. Welcome, Rand.
Hey, what's going on?
So what were you saying about Halo? That's a 2020 title, right?
Yeah, I heard about it 3 months ago.
Yeah, and so that's a 2020. Now it would make Gears 5 2019's holiday title, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Gears 5 trailer had 2019, which is why they'll show the gameplay off next year, and then next year, Mooch, you can freak out about it.
Sorry, speaking what we all say, but
why can't I go right?
You want to be able to go. You want to be able to have different areas to go in, and you guys are just. I mean, listen, if you guys are okay with it, then it's fine.
Don't you remember in the original Gears, you could hit the left trigger to go up and left, or the right trigger to go down and right? I mean, didn't they have that in Gears 5?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
but that's a Y in the street, Chris. That's not an actual take a left and go down this road. That's like you want to go around this rock on the left or around this rock on the right. Listen, it's 2 different things. Come on, Chris. Let's just be real here for a minute. I mean, that's. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to, the whole point I'm trying to say is I just was looking for a little bit. Crap is the one that actually planted the seed in my mind. He said, we have these strong consoles. Let's actually give these guys a chance to do what they're doing. And here we are. And it's like, okay, let's give Rod and his crew a chance to do something. And don't get me wrong, we saw very little. I get that. We saw very little. But from what I saw, it looks like Gears 4 continued. And if that's fine with you guys, hands are in the air. Good. That's great. All I was hoping for was a little bit of progression, evolution, take the game to another level.
I saw gameplay.
I don't know. Man. I mean, if you guys are happy, I mean, that's awesome. I'm just saying that, like, I'm all for. I thought Gears 4 was great, but I even said to Crap for the past 2 years, wouldn't it have been nice if they did a little bit more? And everyone was like, well, they just got it. They just got it. Give them some time. So now you give them time, and now it's just Gears 4 continued. Okay, yes, there's snow on the ground and there's a different weapon, but I mean, I don't know. For myself, I was just looking for a little bit more from Rod, and maybe we'll see more. Maybe we will.
Yeah, I mean, like I was impressed. So I guess
graphically, it looks stunning.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely,
absolutely. To me, I was completely impressed.
I liked the new engine that they put in it because it gave it a different feel. So. It didn't feel like the same Halo. Even when I looked at the little driving buggies and stuff that they had in there, it didn't feel like it was how Halo traditionally.
Yo, that Warthog was trucking, man. That thing
it was moving. It wasn't sliding or none of that trash. So
yeah,
I mean, I agree with Mooch. I would love to see Gears taking a different direction, but they didn't show us anything other than, hey, we're making Gears 5.
Right,
I mean, like,
that's true.
Next year they'll show it at E3 again. It'll be gameplay demo, and maybe we see a little bit more of what you want to see next year. This year was just like, hey, we have a Gears phone game. Wait, no, we have a Gears PC game exclusive. Oh wait, we got Gears 5.
What was with that, man? Why does the PC get an exclusive?
Because I've told you this before, Microsoft focus is on everything now, not just Xbox.
Yeah, but Xbox doesn't get any exclusives per se.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, man.
Although I will say this, man, when I'm looking at the Xbox E3 thing, it does say, like when you read everything that they announced, it lists what everything's for. like Xbox One and Windows or whatever. Maybe this is just a thing on their part, but Crackdown 3 is just listed as Xbox One exclusive, not Windows 10.
Well, Crackdown 3 also got announced for February 22nd, and I don't believe that for one single second, because that's when Metro's coming out and Days Gone and Anthem. They're all not coming out on February 22nd.
I can guarantee you that Metro is not coming out that day.
They already delayed it, though. I mean,
Days Gone might get pushed. Do you think, or Excelled actually ran? I think that game's done. Yeah. I think that game's done, so they might move it to January.
Maybe
move it up.
I don't know what what focus is with February, but
did they officially say 22nd for Crackdown?
Yeah, you go on the official Xbox Twitter.
Why would they bury it? That to me, that's them not having any confidence in the title. Especially now that Anthem's coming out on the 22nd, that shows no confidence.
No, you know why? You know why, guys?
Why?
BP. It's because of Game Pass, man. I'm telling you, they don't care about all that.
I'm a little concerned.
No problem.
I'm a little concerned about the lack of multiplayer showing.
Yeah, like again, Randall, when I'm reading here, it says Crackdown 3 brings the boom next February, where players will stop crime as a superpowered agent in a sandbox of mayhem and destruction. Developed by Microsoft Studios in collaboration with Sumo Digital and Elbow Rocket. I never even heard of that. Crackdown 3 delivers cooperative mayhem, signature antics, explosive gameplay, and an all-new multiplayer mode, Wrecking Zone, where destruction is your ultimate weapon, powered by Microsoft Cloud.
Yeah, well, here, I just DM'd you the tweet I saw. It says one word, boom. Crackdown 3 arrives February 22nd.
It does. It's coming. Why is that game coming out that day? That is seeming like a bit of a mistake in my opinion, but maybe they're thinking that Game Pass and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly what it is, Game Pass. You saw what they're doing with Game Pass, how they're showing like games like Ashen and stuff like that. The smaller titles are going in there day and date as well. They put the Division in there. They put Fallout 4. Like it's going down with Game Pass, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, look, they showed a little bit of life in Game Pass as far as I'm concerned. I really like what they did. Kingdom Hearts 3, that was kind of a surprise to see on the stage. Like Rand, what is your things? Do you think we'll ever get like the remakes of the first two?
Like what, 1 and 2?
Yeah, like 1 or 1.5
of Crackdown.
No, of Kingdom Hearts 3.
No, definitely not. I mean, they're not going to do it after Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. There'd be no point.
Yeah, I mean, since Kingdom Hearts doesn't come out till next year, you would figure that they would maybe want some Xbox fans to actually play through the game, right?
You would think, but I mean, I think Square Enix is just like, we're not going to spend any more money putting the other games on the Xbox, because those were originally PS2 games.
Yeah.
The sales disparity is going to be like 90. It's going to be like 95 PlayStation 5, Xbox.
Yeah,
I almost think it's like a token gesture to Xbox, Square Enix, like just basically being like, we're going to give you the game, but we know basically everyone's going to buy this on PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to buy it on Xbox.
I mean, hey, they gave us Nier Automata today too, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, Nier Automata. I mean, like,
yeah.
Hey. Sarcasm. Everybody's like, you know what? My show gets to.
Nobody's yelling at Rand.
I know everybody's such a.
God, no, people were yelling at me when I went live earlier.
How dare you?
I really liked the. I really liked the show.
I thought it was good.
I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
My negatives were no new IP for the third year in a row. Still think that's inexcusable, and I've already gave my feedback to the bosses. I said, the slate of exclusives for this year is dry as shit because it's only Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah,
right. Which is, it's going to be great, but it's Forza. Yeah. Next year's doesn't look that good either. I mean, well, it's like Gears 5, Battletoads, and Ori.
And probably a Forza Motorsport, right?
Oh yeah, but like what I got from this, but it's like I've known this. Like I've been saying this for months. I've been telling like crap, and everybody like Microsoft is all in on next generation, and this show proved it. Yeah, and with actual tangible evidence, instead of Phil going on Twitter being like first party is important to us, and we just dissecting his words on different podcasts. You actually got to see action done. They bought 5 studios. They talked about building another Xbox, right? So like they're all in, and don't let anybody tell you Microsoft's getting out of gaming or Xbox isn't important to Microsoft. So that's what the big takeaway was for me. Yes. As far as like if like Gears 5, Like, I'm happy Gears 5 is coming out, but I'm kind of disappointed Halo 6 is a 2020, 2021 title, to be quite frankly,
That's gonna
with you.
That's gonna be a launch title for the next Xbox. Watch.
Yeah. Well, and Rand, let me say this because you hit on a really good point. Here's what I did the pre-show and I said expect a few single party stuff or first party stuff from probably stuff we already know about, like the tentpole stuff, which we got. One kind of a little surprise with the Battletoads little dealy. Cool. And then I said they're gonna come out and talk about their commitment to Xbox and first party and stuff like that. And to you guys all know, I'm very I often worry about Xbox, right? The direction. Phil,
we know you make 4 videos a day about it.
I know. Phil was like almost speaking directly to me, like, crap, this is for you, bro. Like he goes, he's like, yeah, we're continuing to lead the way with hardware, powerful hardware. You saw there's a shadow over the Xbox One X, right? And so then he's like, we also got streaming as it'll just be an option, you know, making sure.
Important to them.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though, guys. I wanted to say this. This whole generation, this whole console generation, been mainly about third party. It ain't really been about exclusives. Sony just recently, like a lot of these exclusives, they announced early. They just now coming out now, so they look good right now. But this whole console generation been about third party. Who has the best place to play third party? Sony was for a while. Microsoft having it for a while now. So it's that's what it's been about. So Sony's E3 gonna be a lot of third party that you're gonna be able to get on your Xbox, same as Xbox. They're gonna show Spider-Man and some other little stuff that's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So you can expect this already. And they might show some indies and some other little stuff. Yeah. It might have an exclusive here or there. It ain't gonna be a whole massive like how everybody thinking it's gonna be. And that's what it's gonna be. It's the same thing. It's gonna be a B plus safe A for both
show that you're 100% right. There's nothing you just said that was wrong. Nothing. The media, however, dictates what is in and what is not in style. And you're right. And what you said was correct. You don't even have to defend yourself. You're right. But the problem is though, Show, is that now the shoe's on the other foot. And it's not because Xbox chose to have that power deficiency in the beginning of the generation that hurt them. We all know that. We don't need to beat that dead horse. But the problem is that now the focus, because of the past 2 years, and you said they're going to have that nice little Spider-Man. Let me tell you something. I might be with you on Spider-Man, but that's a big-ass Spider-Man they got coming out with a big-ass The Last of Us, a big-ass thing from Sucker Punch, and a huge-ass The Last of Us 2. And when you take those 4 games with the multi-plats that they're going to show tomorrow, it beats the multi-plats and the 0 new IP we see. So this is the problem I have, and Rand said it very kindly just 2 minutes ago. That's the biggest grief, and that's why I cannot give this a 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? Because this is something that they should have shown even CGI. They didn't show anything. Right,
but this is my take on that. Can't nobody dictate what I like.
That's true.
You know so it's really
but that doesn't mean. But what me and you actually like, Show. I'm trying not to just speak from my heart. I'm also trying to speak from where the people have been talking to us for 3 years. Where's the new IP? Where is it? So forget Show, forget Mooch, forget Xbot. Right, crap. Yeah. So now they go out and buy 5 new studios. Show me a 1 minute CGI. Listen, PSX 2 years ago, you made the point, crap. You're right. They showed Joel kicking a peach to Ellie playing a guitar, and everybody fainted. That's nothing. That's not gameplay.
They show Nathan Drake in the grass.
Right.
Well, here's the
because it was just coming. Listen, what
just show me something.
We still gave that show a low grade because the same reasons why y'all give Microsoft this.
That's true.
Mooch, let me
understand. Even in that, we know these games is coming. Everybody is supposed to be. This is the narrative after Microsoft E3 is. We wanted to see something new. So why in the world you getting overly excited about a Spider-Man game that we don't seen gameplay and everything about it already?
Because you know why? Because after you watch it tomorrow night, you're gonna play it in 2 months.
Yeah,
that's why they're excited.
That's the difference between Sony and Microsoft right now. Sony's about the here and now. Microsoft is about the future. And
Right.
That couldn't be more apparent. I'm just being an Xbox fan. I was just worried about the direction they were going in, and
They solved that, man.
What?
They solved that pretty good. I mean, they did
Well,
show us a good
Like,
direction.
that's what I was like. Okay, Ninja Theory makes incredible games. Playground Games makes they're a great developer. What they're building at, in what is the studio? Incognito, Impulse, Initiative,
Compilation or something like that. Whatever it's called.
Yeah, like from Daryl Gallagher. Like they're going to be making a huge AAA new IP. Well, new IP presumably, but I'm just saying, like, they went above and beyond at what they had bought. And we talked about this on Crossfire. Once again, Mooch, like we've talked previously about what happened at Xbox. Why are they so far behind? Why are there no exclusives?
We know, yeah.
Right?
The funding was cut off for years. Terry Myerson, all that, yeah.
Fucking Terry Myerson's gone, and Xbox buys 5 studios.
Okay, but Rand, now can I just throw a quick wrench in the cog real quick? I agree with you, and that's a great statement, and that makes me feel a lot better. The problem I have now is you have a game like Crackdown that can't come out.
Right.
It's because it's a mess. And what I'm scared is that just because they went and bought 5 studios that maybe need some leadership and direction on where IPs are going to come from, I don't know if Microsoft has the people in-house to do that job.
I mean, okay, Sumo Digital wasn't the best choice for Crackdown. I think we both can agree on that, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Ninja Theory, if you watch their video about why they'd agreed to be acquired from Microsoft, their thing was we wanted complete creative control of our games, and Microsoft gave it to them. Microsoft's not going to interfere with Ninja.
And they're funding them fully.
But the thing is like, I don't think Sumo Digital to me has never been a good developer. They don't make very good games.
No,
However,
you're right.
on the flip
Sonic
side,
Racing was good.
Well, that's okay, that's one. But I'm just saying there's a disparity here. Like Crackdown is either in trouble because Sumo isn't a good developer and can't get the single player working, or the cloud destruction is this complete and utter disaster. One of those two things is happening.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They gave like demonstrations of what the cloud's supposed to be.
Yeah, but that was also in a closed environment on a local
they
network.
showed you again in Horizon. How seamlessly you can go from in game and all that little stuff.
I don't believe that because it's not that seamless. They did the same thing for Forza Horizon 3, and it still takes forever to join someone's game.
Well, I'm just going off of what they technically said. So technically, listen, what I'm saying, you can pick, but technically, what it's supposed to do, just like how they showed you meet up, you can talk, start a game instantly like that. There's no load times. That's all it basically was.
So you guys know in the chat, and everybody, Z wrote me. Z got, for some reason, kicked. He's trying to get back in. So if you're wondering where Zaire is, he's trying to get back in.
Okay. Yeah. Just to the person, Matic, Microsoft isn't known for looking after their studios. I think that maybe was true with old Microsoft, but I do think that Phil Spencer brings a kind of new idea behind that. And also, Rand, would you also agree that maybe they're not done with the studio purchases?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I think this was the defining moment, of buying 5 studios. So I think if they buy maybe. I don't know.
I'm not more if something surprises them.
I'm not that big of a fan of the compulsion games buyout, like whatever. Undead Labs. I mean, now I'm kind of interested in seeing what State of Decay 3 is going to be like with the full breadth of Microsoft behind it. I don't know. As just a person who was interested in seeing the direction of where they went, a lot was answered. But here's the thing: like, I talked to crap behind the scenes. Like, I was like, I'm not expecting Fable or Perfect Dark. I'm not expecting any new.
He almost said Fable.
Well, he almost did, but he didn't. But I'm just saying, like, we knew what was going to be shown just because we know what the studios are working on, and they don't have a lot. So yeah, the exclusives are sparse for this year and next year. But then also, like, I was told they are spending money like madmen. The checkbook is open, and clearly that's the case. I'm not going to say wait till next year's E3 or wait till next generation. The facts are the facts. And
however, we're not going to say it, but ultimately that's what you have to do.
Well, that's what it is. Like, Sony's at that position now. It took them years to get to that. And Microsoft, for whatever reason, they stumbled in the beginning of this gen. Forces at Microsoft wanted Xbox to fail. They didn't have the budget. Now that's gone, and clearly the budget's back. So maybe in a few years, Microsoft's back where Sony is. Maybe they they definitely Theory can be a Naughty Dog.
I just think that for some reason, see, you have to understand something, and I think I'm really looking at this from the top level, and I'm hoping everybody can just take a second and see where I'm coming from. The difference this time with forward and backward compatibility moving forward and everybody using x86 architecture is that it's not as clear cut as what we're saying, where it's like Microsoft's investing in the future and everything's going to be great then. That's the old model. The problem now is you've got 80-something million people on PS4, 30 high-end, maybe low 40 million something on Xbox. And the problem is we're all saying that, and you're right, it's just a matter of fact. This isn't about doom and gloom. It's about facts. You have to wait 2 or 3 years for these games to come out. When they come out, though, PlayStation for the rest of this entire generation has a lock on exclusives and multiplayer in 2 main categories. Microsoft's going to try and grab as many of the third-party games as they can, but they're not going to do the exclusive content, etc. Hear me out. So when you start next generation, hold on. When you start next generation, they're both going to be backward and forward compatible. Sony's starting with a 50, 60 million count lead. Even with these, they're already so far behind the 8 ball. It's a very, very steep hill to climb. And that's the problem, where I think waiting these 2 years is detrimental. And that's why I thought when we say open the checkbook, what Microsoft should have done was go to third party. Do you have a game coming out next year? I want to lock it down for a year. I need it for at least a year. It doesn't matter what it costs. You need people to come over now. By sitting there and waving the white flag till next generation, you're losing millions and millions of consumers that may not come back to brand Xbox. And the proof is in the pudding. The Sony PlayStation is 2-1.
Games,
no, crap. They haven't, damn. But they're not going to see anything now till next E3 at minimum, and that's another year of sales that PlayStation is going to 12 more months of NPD.
Let me ask you this question, Mooch.
It's detrimental.
What would you have Phil do? Would you rather have him not buy those studios and take the money that it cost them to purchase those studios and buy third-party exclusives? I would have done
a 50-50, Rand, to be honest with you. I would have bought half of those studios, and the other half of the money I would have put in the games that are ready right now by third party that are household names, and put them as exclusives for 1 year on my box, because I have to keep people either in here that are already here or get people to come over from the other box.
What's so great that's out there, that's coming out there?
That's not my job. My job's to tell you that there is plenty of games coming out in the next 2 years that he could have locked down for 1 year, like they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Whoever's chuckling, that's my point.
For me personally, I would rather.
You got to hear me out though. Rise of the Tomb Raider was a solid. Rise of the Tomb Raider sold how many millions of copies on Xbox and Windows 10 for that 1 year, and it crushed what the PS4 got when they finally released it on that system. Exclusive content works, and it's proven. And that's how you keep the consumer on your platform.
For me personally, I don't think that that would have been the right thing to do, because then what happens next, right? Like you get a Tomb Raider that's going to be exclusive, or maybe for a year or whatever, and then what happens after that? Personally, I'm much more interested. The only one, like Rand said, the question mark for me is Compulsion, because their game We Happy Few isn't exclusive.
Yeah, it's
going to PS4. Yeah.
Well, Rand said it himself. The people that
episodic games for Game Pass. Watch.
The people that did We Happy Few and Undead Labs is in a garage. They'd be happy to get money for State of Decay 3 anyway.
They're not in the garage anymore.
They're in the garage. Trust me. My point being is that literally those two, you could have saved that money and went and grabbed something. It doesn't matter what you grab. Even if you grab Metro Exodus, which I think is terrible. So you go ahead and grab that.
You're
lock it down.
100% behind them building the initiative with Eric Gallagher, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You're 100% behind the Playground Games acquisition.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're 100% behind Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory, I'm a big fan of their work, yes.
So the other two, you're just like...
The other two, whatever. Get rid of that and take that money. Even if it was one in 2019, Rand, that they locked down, it at least preserves a few months of console sales. So that, and this is not the console war stuff. This is just bettering their brand. I don't care who wins the console war. Right, that's over.
Guys, I gotta take off. I gotta get the stream ready on my channel for Bethesda. It was a blast, yo. Mooch, we will yell at each other.
Yes, Crossfire will be fun. Trust me.
Hey, I'll come back, Mooch, so we can yell some more.
Okay, we'll get you on there. We'll get you on there, brother. I got you.
like I said, man, there's nothing that's coming out in 2019 that I feel like Microsoft could buy that would be worthwhile, more important than owning your own studio.
I'm making this crap. Owning We Happy Few is like owning Mooch and Crap Industries.
They don't own We Happy Few. It's on PS4.
I mean the company, Crap. I don't remember their name. Compilation or whatever their name was. I can't
Compulsion.
remember. Compulsion. Thank you.
So look,
that's worthless.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with Mooch. It's his stance. I said I'm not a fan of them. But I would imagine, you know, if you asked Phil that, he would see there's more value in buying the studios to create multiple games in the future.
Well, of course, that's Phil's answer. He said that for the past 2 years, right?
Instead of buying a one-time exclusive that may not do anything for you.
The point I'm trying to do, it's not that it does something for you, and I'm not talking about going out there and getting something awful. I mean, I'm going to go ahead. Crap's asking for a name. I know you're not going to go get GTA 6, but how about Borderlands 3, okay? Or Titanfall 3, or something like, Titanfall 3 is not with EA, so pardon me. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like something that's a household name, and you lock that down for it's a big deal for a console. Bloodborne is still being sold today. It's selling, it's still selling because it's a From Software. It's a big name
Sony
developer.
Helped create that. They
Whatever. Then let Microsoft
IP.
help create that then. Work with Insomniac again.
What was your final grade for? I'm just curious what you thought about the show because I didn't. You thought it was a C? Okay, fair enough. Chris, what did you think?
Solid B plus.
Solid B. Show.
I gave it an A-.
Okay. See, like I gave it
an A, by the way.
I mean, I gave it 9 out of 10, so I guess it'd be 9 out of 10. I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah,
I'm not going to disagree with you guys on what you thought about it. Like Mooch was looking for certain things, and those certain things didn't show up. So C, I'm not going to argue with you. You know.
No. I hear you, and I appreciate that. I mean, or 7, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what else. Letter converts into a.
What did you think was better than last year's?
Yes, I do actually.
What did you give last year's? A D and F? Like
he gave last year's a B.
Here's the thing, though. I think it's better than last year's, but I think each grade is critical to its own time and its state. You really can't compare the two. It's not fair. Because
here's my thing.
Last year they were going up a different set of like just demons. Now this year they have their own. They have another set. And this year what they did better in the fact was that they didn't show a roadmap, but they gave hints to a map. And it's like, okay, that's good. These are the things I need to see. That relieved me of like the doom and gloom of nothing's coming. However, here's the problem. We've all been doing this for so long. That's why when we speak on this panel, I'm kind of shocked when some people say the things they say, because you guys have to understand something. We've been doing this. You guys are all pros. Okay, I give you the benefit of the doubt. We're all pros here in the sense that we pay attention to what's going on. And when you say that 5 new companies are being absorbed, that's great news. It is. But you can't sit here and tell me that because they absorb them, they're all going to put out A+ games. That's not necessarily true. So, if you absorb 5, maybe you'll get 2 good. So out of those 2 good, is Microsoft going to look over them and make sure they're great? Maybe you'll get 1 good. So that's what I'm saying. You have to look at what the statistics are.
A working analogy for you, Mooch, would kind of be like in the NFL draft, where you hope your top picks are something good.
Correct.
Now, I believe in Ninja Theory personally.
I do too. Actually.
Playground.
And then E3 has always been about a variety of games, because you got different types of gamers out there. Everybody is not going to like the same thing.
That's right.
So you have to appeal to everybody, and I think Microsoft did that. Some people like them little quirky games, a little cartoony, whatever. Some people like action games. They had a lot of those in there too. And it was just a variety. So everybody don't like the same stuff. So, they have to appeal to everybody. And everybody's not going to be happy. I don't care if you on Sony side. I don't care if you're on Microsoft side. You're not going to be happy with everything they show. Some stuff going to be trash to you. There's some things Microsoft showed that was trash. It just ain't my style of games, but the things that I do like, those are the things that I'm excited about, and that's all that matters. I'm gonna look for the things that I'm excited about, and now I ain't gonna be excited about everything.
Yeah, and I have to say, for me personally, there's a lot of positives. First of all, they showed no Minecraft. Second of all, no Chris Charla came out there. They just did a little sizzle reel. Yes, so that's obviously great.
That was
Forza Horizon 4 looked amazing. And somebody said I thought there's going to be a 60 frames mode. Is that true, Rand?
I heard that on it's 60 frames on the X for Forza Horizon 4. Yeah.
Now, did they say 4K?
60. No, it's not going to be 60 and 4K.
It's probably just going to be a mode where you can prioritize the resolution or frame rate.
Okay.
Yep. So there's no way that they're going to get that 60 and 4K. But so there was that to like. The main thing that I got from Phil also was that their future is gaming, and they're going to keep at it. Like, that had to be a dagger in the heart of so many Sony fanboys to hear him stand up there and go, we're prioritizing our hardware. We're going to be at the forefront setting benchmarks with our hardware. for years, not this year, not just this year and next year, but the year after and the year after. Like he drove that point in, and each one had to be like a kick in the nuts to a Sony fan, to be honest with you, because you can't sit there and go, they're dead. And you can't sit there and go, they have no studios, because they just with that one fell swoop, in my opinion, have better studios as a whole than Sony. I said it. That's what I just said. Their studios as a whole are better than Sony's. What?
Let's not say anything you can't take back, dude.
Oh no, I'm saying it. That's it. That's it right there. Better than Sony. Sony has, in my opinion, 2 great studios and some okay ones.
Rand does not agree with Crap's opinion on that. Don't lump him
That's okay, man. That's okay. I'm telling you, man. That's okay. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. That Microsoft, with one fell swoop, basically outdone anything that Sony could announce tomorrow. Just saying. Yeah. Just saying. Anybody else got anything to say?
Get me pretty hyped. I love Batman, and if it was a new Batman
Mortal
Beyond
Kombat
game,
11,
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet too.
Maybe.
Hell yeah,
maybe. I mean, whatever it takes, man.
Listen,
I think it's. Go ahead. Go. What were you saying?
For me, I think we kind of like we all said, Sony has already talked about what they're showing at their E3, and then that's not to say that they can't have some surprises, but
yeah,
I'm not necessarily worried that Sony's going to come out and blow everything that Microsoft showed out of the water. However, they could show some bangers. But I mean, they could have some hidden things there,
I don't know. I mean, like, who would make it? That would be my question. Like all their studios. Yeah, all their studios are accounted for, but Rocksteady wouldn't make it exclusive.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. If they showed a game like that on E3 on Sony's side,
I'd be excited to see it.
Yeah,
I'd be excited. Just like I'm sure, like all of a sudden, multiplats. But I'm sure that they're very excited to see, Fallout and Shadows Die Twice and Metro and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Battlefield, and Microsoft did a really good job showcasing all these things and realistically set themselves up really well for the future.
I joked about it and I said that all Microsoft was going to show at this conference was third-party games, but that's fine that they did that. They showed a lot of good games that are coming and a lot of games that get people excited about. Yeah. They showed a lot of cool things on the Microsoft first-party side, especially showing that they purchased studios, and that gives me hope for the Microsoft brand. And I think that's what a lot of people wanted. That's what I wanted. I just wanted hope. Sure, I didn't get the Fable announcement, but we know it's coming.
He smiled and yelled, Fable!
Yeah. I just think that them buying those studios, not necessarily, I don't know if they purchased them outright, but getting them under the Microsoft banner is good, and it gives me hope as an Xbox fan. And I think that's what a lot of Xbox gamers wanted.
Yeah,
I
agree.
The takeaway is that you walk away from is Playground Games, solid acquisition. You got the Gallagher Studio is going to be huge, and Ninja Theory is a very talented group. The other two, to me, are nice to have in your portfolio for diversity, but I don't know if it's necessarily
it's up in the air what they're going to do.
Excited about
AAA wise,
right? So I mean, those three are very good. And Playground, I mean, the thing is like I say, we discussed this on Crossfire. We talked about it all week. Is that Playground's going to give you Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 5, and they're going to give you Fable. So what's coming from them. Gallagher's, we don't know yet. That's the one that I'm most excited about.
Ninja Theory could also be closer to their, like, they've obviously been working on something.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they showed Phil something. They weren't just like, well, we're really good, see? Yeah. And I think that they did, and I think they have something brewing.
Rand, do you think Hellblade 2, or do you think something new?
No, I think it's something new.
I think they're going to build something new for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Brand new IP.
Right. Hey, but they do, their graphical style tends to be realistic and really dark, and I think that that's something that could be awesome. Hey, by the way, hit that like button, guys. I really do appreciate everybody coming out here. I told Mooch that I've been honestly podcasting for 8 hours.
How many
today.
shows do you guys do today? I did a 1 hour show by myself.
I did the most. So me and Mooch did M&C mornings.
I did 4. You did 5. Crap.
Yeah. So we did M&C mornings, and then about an hour and a half later, we did a pre-show on Mooch's channel. Then we did the live reactions during the conference on Z's channel. Then I jumped right into Dealer's podcast, and then right into here. So I'm kind of exhausted. I think it was a good show. I give it I give it an A or a 9, whatever you want to say. They satisfied me as a platform holder that they aren't giving up on gaming and that they're invested in it. That's what I cared most about. My favorite game is Gears. That's going to come out next year. My other favorite game is Forza Horizon. I'm getting that. The Halo stuff impressed me. The studio announcements blew me away, with the exception of the compulsion games one. That's kind of weird. But other than that, happy. Anything you guys want to close with?
Can I ask Rand a question?
Of course.
Hey, did Anthem do enough for you yesterday?
You want the honest answer?
Yeah.
Not really.
Really?
I mean, I'm still going to play it. I need to see an extended, like, apparently people at EA Play got to play 15 minutes of it. Like, I would love to have seen the 15-minute demo instead of kind of a cut up 3-minute segment, because I think the movement looks incredible, like the jetpacking and all that stuff. Right. I think the gunplay looks mediocre. Like, I don't think it looks very good. Like, at least Destiny 2 has top-tier gunplay. Yeah. You know? You can say what you want about Destiny 2, but you can't. The world looks interesting. It looks great. I just want to see. I just need to see more.
I mean, how much can you really expand on a third-person gunplay game? I mean, yeah, you could have more unique type of weapons, but I think you're kind of limited.
Right. I mean, it was the best thing they showed at E3 or EA's conference yesterday, but
yeah.
By far, but that was a snooze fest. I mean, the whole thing was a snooze fest.
Yeah. I like the I did like a little bit of what they did, but for the most part, you're not wrong. The weird way they announced that Star Wars game was kind of odd.
Yeah, with Zampella.
Yeah, that was
he looked nervous as hell.
Yeah.
Like, probably not nervous because of the spotlight on him with the camera. I mean, nervous like it's kind of coming. It looks good.
Well, here's the thing.
Do you think it's make or break for Respawn?
Probably. I don't know. Like, so if their Star Wars is their game next year, when does Titanfall 3?
2020.
I mean, you'd have to wonder, but look, I'm excited as a gamer by what Microsoft did. It was a lot of games, even though there wasn't a lot exclusive. I still got to say I was impressed with what they did. The commitment to the first party, the commitment to Xbox, which is something that I was always wondering about. Right? You're like, hey, do they even care? Are they gonna do? I think this proves that they're in it. So obviously it's gonna take a little bit to get some of those games out. In the meantime, hey, looks like we're gonna have some stuff to play and the best multiplats for a little bit. So looks interesting. Anybody want to close with anything?
Sure. You know what? It was the best best game that they showed at that conference.
What's that?
Or in the Will of the Wisps.
It did look amazing. I'm not gonna
very
lie.
good.
It looked amazing.
That Dragon Ball Z team up jump over or whatever it was.
What was that? Jump Force or whatever it was?
Force, yeah.
Yeah.
That Shadows Die Twice, man. That really looks cool. I think that would fill the void, even though it's third party. I think it fills that void as far as like a game like Ghost of Tsushima or however you say it.
Yeah. So
and I know that's an Activision. Yeah, I think you said it was Activision, right? Crap that ended up publishing that.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Wrong, but going back to what Rand asked me before, just out of they took a stab at it and they went and grabbed Bloodborne from Software. Microsoft says, you know what, we can play that game too. Our checkbook's open. You grab a game like that.
By the way,
that's just an answer that I think, and that's something it's niche, right? But Bloodborne was niche until everyone found out it was a great game, and now everybody buys
it. To the ones, it all comes down to opinions on what you think about Microsoft's conference. But the fact that the media love their conference should tell you that it's not damage control to like it, right? I thought they did.
But wait till tomorrow. The media did this last year where they loved Microsoft's conference. The minute Sony went, and they're like, "Oh, Sony won." They did it like 20. We both said it. They said it 20 seconds after it finished.
But I don't remember Destin and Shaggy and those guys saying that they loved Microsoft conference last year.
They liked it.
They thought it was okay.
Yeah, they liked it.
But I think the show of force by buying those studios and stuff really kind of invigorated people. That, to me, without that, this show wouldn't have been good. But to me, the fact that the way they closed it out, which, by the way, Cyberpunk 2077, holy crap, that looked! I can't wait to play that. So,
but I know at least another 3 years out, though. I don't. They take their time over there at CD Projekt Red.
I mean, but it's okay, man. I'm perfectly fine with that. To be honest,
I don't mind if games take a long time to make, but don't. I don't like the delays after you already give it a date. I mean, I'm not necessarily bagging on Crackdown, but I really don't feel like Microsoft has any faith in that game, and it's disappointing that we didn't see more multiplayer on stage. I think that's my one negative from this E3 is that I really wanted to see more from Crackdown, and sure, what we did see was nice looking and it looked better than previous years. I just feel like they didn't show enough. Now, maybe they might show some more on the Daily Show, which I think they will. I hope they do. And they didn't have avatars on stage. I'm really disappointed by that.
They're probably gonna do. Are you really?
No, come on.
Oh, okay.
How long have you known me now?
Yeah, they're probably gonna do those on the Xbox. So make sure you guys check out Rand Stuff and Chris and Mooch. Showstopper, thanks for stopping by, man.
Oh, sure.
And we'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the Bethesda show, man. We'll catch you next time. Be nice, as Colt Eastwood says.
Peace.
Later.